With the current state of the playoffs and the domino effect of teams winning the last couple of games and where the season is going to take place, a lot of people don't have the Golden State Warriors making it to the finals, and they don't have the Cleveland Cavaliers making it to the finals. That is something that people can respect. You know, Stephen Curry's out the first round. The Golden State Warriors might draw OKC or Minnesota Timberwolves, and those are both teams that are formidable teams. Like, those are teams you don't want to get dogfights in. Even with Utah, you don't want to get in a dogfight with Utah. They've been playing good ball down the stretch. Furthermore, you look at the Cleveland Cavaliers, they don't have Kyrie Irving anymore. You know that saga went down and it was ugly. Kevin Love, basically, he's inconsistent at best. And LeBron James, you know, he's playing some of his best ball, but he doesn't have the veteran leadership around him that was there for the team that went to 3 straight finals. There's pressure on the Golden State Warriors to repeat, make it to a 4 straight finals. Pressure on LeBron James to get to the NBA finals. Everybody's like betting against them. LeBron has Toronto. He has to face the Wizards, possibly. There's a lot of obstacles in the East all of a sudden. Same thing with the Golden State Warriors. Now they got to worry about OKC. They got to worry about the Houston Rockets, who are the number 1 seed. Let this be a warning to you guys. It's always been a saying, in order to be the champs, you got to beat the champs. Let this be a warning to you guys. And I mean all the other playoff teams that's not the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you guys allow the Cavs and the Warriors to make it to the NBA Finals, we don't want to hear anything else about you're a serious team, you're a competitive team, or 1 play away. We don't want to hear any of that. You guys say you're sharks, you smell blood in the water, Steph is out for the first round, LeBron doesn't have a Kyrie, he doesn't have another scorer. If you guys cannot take out those 2 teams in the playoffs, you just don't deserve it. You don't deserve to complain. You don't deserve to think that you're on their level. None of that. None of that. Because, for example, we'll look at the Houston Rockets. You're the number 1 seed in the West. You beat teams. I think they won the season series against the Warriors. You play a great ball season. All of a sudden, you're starting to falter down the stretch. OKC kind of got you. A couple teams got you down the stretch. If you lose to the Warriors or you don't make it to the Western Conference Finals or the NBA Finals, that's your own fault, because you super teamed it up. You got CP3 to pair with James Harden. Everything is going fine. You can't tell me with Steph's injury and the way that you see that the Warriors are playing, lost 9 out of 16, the last 16 games or whatever the case is, that you're gonna sit here and say, oh, you know, we can't beat them. Same thing with the Eastern Conference. Toronto Raptors, you're first in the East. We don't want to hear anything about collapsing or giving up, you know, game 1 on your floor to LeBron James if y'all meet in the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't want to hear any of that. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland's 4th right now. They're 4th, and they might finish 4th basically due to Philly. So, no more excuses, guys. If there was any year for us not to see a Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors, NBA Finals, this is the year. This is the year. Everybody's tired of them because of the way that Golden State has been so smug. They're finally like, all right, you know, we're tired of them. FKD. KD has a bad attitude. We don't understand what happened to the KD we knew. Everybody's like talking about KD like he's trash. Like he didn't average 35 on 50% shooting, 40% from the 3. You know what I'm saying? People acting like he was an MVP. So this is the year, guys. So for this playoffs, what I predict, or what I want, I can't predict it. This is what I want to see. I want to see 2 new teams step up and dethrone the Western Conference champs and the Eastern Conference champs. I want to see the MVP, James Harden, be the MVP in the postseason. I want to see DeMar DeRozan arise as a true superstar and dethrone LeBron James. That's what I want to see. But you know what I get a feeling I am going to see? I'm going to see teams collapse under pressure. I'm going to see teams with the number 1 seed that have high expectations not deliver. And you know what else I'm going to see? I'm going to see the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. That's just basically what's just going to happen. I think these guys have collapsed enough times. James Harden collapsed before, especially in the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors. CP3 had a 3-1 lead against the Houston Rockets before, collapsed. The Toronto Raptors collapsed against Cleveland. Got swept last year, and the year before when it was like a 2-2, collapsed. These guys, I don't know what it is. When we expect them to do well, they just do not deliver. So even though it may seem like we're not going to get this Golden State Warriors or a fourth chapter or whatever the case is, it might very well be very likely, because there's a difference between the regular season and the postseason. LeBron James has shown you that. The Golden State Warriors have shown you that. Those two got that. LeBron in Cleveland has showed you that he knows how to turn it on. Golden State Warriors have showed you they know how to turn it on. 2016, Steph missed a bunch of games in the playoffs, came through in the fourth quarter against the Portland Trailblazers and dropped like 17 points in the overtime. This is what those teams are up against. It might seem all dandy now, and they're struggling now, and there's a bunch of injuries, or they're lacking a player now. But when it's equal rest, when it's preparation, when it's mentality, when it's experience, these guys have more experience than all the other teams that they're up against. It's a different ball game, ladies and gentlemen. And I just feel like if you fail to study history, it's going to repeat itself. A lot of people have failed to study the history of a lot of these teams that we're saying are going to dethrone these two teams, and we're acting like they don't collapse. And I'm not going to do that until these guys get beat, you know what I'm saying? I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. But until we see that these guys get eliminated, let's stop saying that we're not going to get a finals from these two teams. Because it's very likely, especially with all these expectations that we're placing on these teams that never deliver. Toronto, don't deliver. Houston, don't deliver. A lot of these teams just can't deliver. And I'm sticking with the teams that do deliver until they're gone.